Sorry this is happening, guys. Okay, hi. I'm back. I haven't been posting videos for a little while because of my phone. I've been using my phone for ever, and I still have my phone, but I had to go get a new phone. Long story, I had to go get a new phone. So, you might see the locomotive sitting in front of you. Actually, I know you see it. As long as you got eyeballs, you can see it. Okay, sorry, okay, sorry guys. That locomotive sitting in front of you is a SD40-2, and I'm very happy about this locomotive because it is made by Broadway Limited, which means it is my first locomotive to have sound, and that is amazing. And in other news, the GP60, my very first locomotive, is in the shop. It is getting DCC put in, so that's going to be nice. Now on my Rail Power 1300 DC power pack, I cannot show you the horn functions and all that. I will be getting a Zephyr shortly. I'm not sure exactly when I will, but I plan on getting it. I just have to save up $202. So, gotta work on saving that money. So, this locomotive is a Broadway Limited SD40-2 Canadian National. Sorry I'm talking fast, guys. I just don't have too much storage space on my phone, so bear with me here. It's a Canadian National SD40-2. I know that's not something I model a lot. Sorry. I know that's not something I model a lot. I plan on getting more into Canadian National, so you're gonna see a lot more Canadian National stuff on my layout. This locomotive, I can show you all the sound and the lighting features. I can show you the startup, the shutdown, and I also want to show you my caboose. It's not new. I added lights to it. I'll show you that in a second. And I also have an EOT. An EOT, or end of train device, is what EOT stands for. It's a flashing light on the back of the train that shows you that it's there. It takes the place of a basic caboose. So, I will show you that. My caboose is sitting on my siding, or switch track. I'll show you its lighting features because I installed just a basic light. Here, I'll show you exactly what the light looks like. I have a light just like this sitting inside the caboose. So, it's hooked up to power, so you'll be able to see it light up. I will turn off the light so y'all can get a night view of the locomotive because it has very nice crystal white LEDs, and so you can also see the caboose and the EOT. So on that notice, I'm going to start up the train. Here we go. First you'll see the headlights come on, the headlights and the ditch lights. So there's that. And as soon as it gets up to power, you'll see the you'll hear it. You'll hear the Paragon 2 sound. And when it comes to life, it wants to move a little bit. I'm going to give it enough power to start moving. And it's moving out. Oh, dang it. Sorry. My phone just thinks it's really funny. Y'all still see? There we go. Okay. I'm going to show you the EOT in just a second. I'm going to let the train come by one more time. I'm going to give it some more speed so it'll come by and you can see it. I'm going to shut off the lights so you can see the nice bright headlights. I know my phone's camera light doesn't help anything, but you'll be able to see it. It'll be really nice looking. And then I'll show you all the caboose and then the EOT. So here it comes. It's picked up a lot of speed now. I'm going to let it come by one more time. I'll make sure it's slowed down by then. So it'll be moving a little bit slower when you see it this time. It's moving a good bit slower now, but it's almost wanting to shut itself off now. But when you put it on 75, it gets jerky for some reason, so you gotta make sure it's not there. It has to be just a little bit under, a little bit over. I don't understand why. I guess that's just, a little bit of a malfunction in the locomotive. But here it comes. I'm gonna shut it off. Or shut it off enough to where it just has sound and lights running. Oops. What was that? Okay. The power just flashed, but the locomotive's still working. That's good. And when it's in reverse, it's in reverse. All you can see is the ditch lights are on. There it goes. It'll start moving eventually. See, just the ditch lights are on when it's in reverse. And now so you can see it go off. That's it, just sitting neutral. So it's just gonna sit idle for a minute. I'm gonna get the sound on now. Make sure I can get it up, running, somewhat. Whoa. Don't want it moving, I just want the sound on. Okay, here we go. It's doing good, doing good. So now I'm gonna show you all my caboose. Or do the best I can to show you the caboose. So this is the locomotive. I'll give you a nice little tour of it. It's got nice ditch lights. It's got nice headlights, and the number boards light up even though you really can't see it. It's number 6127. It runs on channel. It's number 1 on the DCC programming. I just had my hobby shop guy change that so that you could see it. And the caboose, I don't know how well you can see the lighting, but you can kind of see how, if I push it, you'll see it kind of flash a little bit, maybe? No? Okay. I'll bring the caboose to you in a different video. I promise it does light up, though. I mean, if I can get a picture of the inside, you can see the light inside the locomotive. Or not inside the locomotive, inside the caboose. There, so you can kind of see the light inside. My camera kind of defeats the caboose's light. There's a good picture of the light inside the caboose. So, I mean, I promise it lights up. Now, I'm going to move the locomotive so y'all can see the, thing. EOT, that's what it is. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. Okay. So I'm going to move it I'm going to bring the whole thing forward. Hopefully. See what it does. Here it comes. Okay. Whoa, that's faster than I want it to go. Okay. Oh, this here is new. This is an Atlas car with some Ather and Stackwells on it, and it just barely clears my tunnel. I actually had to raise the tunnel up a little bit, and it just barely clears, so I'm real happy about that. Okay, we're getting close to the end of the train. One more set. There we go. And you'll see the EOT. I'm going to see if I can bring the locomotive down enough so it's visible. Okay, it's going to have to come forward more. As soon as it actually starts getting dark, you can see it better. There, now y'all can see it. It's really nice. I really like it. It makes it look more realistic. You can kind of see it flashing right in front of my finger there. It's really nice. I mean, the locomotive's still moving. I can't get it to stop now. That cost $35 at my hobby shop. I don't know how yours is, how other people's will, because that's up to the hobby shop to price it. But locomotives are pretty standard. $229. Normally that locomotive runs about $269. My hobby shop gives you a 20% discount, or not discount, but it gives you 20% off the factory retailer price. So I mean, they both come pretty cheap. I mean, getting that from the factory is like $60-something. I'm talking about the EOT. It's real nice. The car does have a coupler on it. Here, I'm gonna bring the locomotive backwards so you can actually see how it's set up. Here we go. So you can see that it has a coupler and it has the EOT device. Whoa, it doesn't want to stop. We have the coupler and the EOT device. The phone doesn't want to focus. There we go, okay. So you can see it's got a coupler and it's got a wire, and then the wire leads back to the power trucks. And we also have the light. I don't know if you can still hear the locomotive, but it's set up so that it works perfect, and it does. It works very perfect. So I guess that just leaves me to, I'm going to let the locomotive run around a few times, get a good view of it. I'm going to set up the camera a little different than what I just had. It's just going to be sitting, this is a camera angle I've never used on my layout before, so bear with it, please. Here we go. Actually, no, that's not going to look good. Hopefully this will complement the locomotive a little bit. If I can get the camera to actually stand up. It doesn't want to. There we go. Had to add some extra stuff in front of it, but here we go. Oh, wrong one. Okay, here we go. It's thinking. Here we go. She's coming on strong now. The locomotive is really kind of moving. I mean, it's moving about as best as it really ever does. And of course, on 75, it gets jerky. I mean, 75 is like the perfect number, too, and it still gets real jerky on 75 for some reason. So if I can just get just above 75, it does pretty good. I don't know how well you can see it because of how fast it's moving. So my next clip I can get of it, you'll see it. I'm actually going to hold the phone and come around the side. So here we go. Sorry this is so shaky. I mean, it's real good. I mean, I really like the locomotive. I mean, it's not Kato quality, but it's way up there. It's above Athearn. Athearn's really good. I like Athearn, but this is still above Athearn. Hey, look, you can kind of see my caboose light now. Kinda-ish. Here it comes. And next time around, I'm going to park the locomotive in front of y'all, and we're going to wrap up the video. So we're going to move my whole little setup right there. That way, when it comes around again, I can get a good view of it. Now y'all can probably see my caboose now, or until the train covers it up. Sorry, I needed it to stop. It's gonna move backwards a little bit. Maybe. There we go. Okay, and front lights. 55. 55 is where it stands still. That's how I the lights get brightened up. It wants to move, but it just can't because of the load. So I'll wrap up. There's not really much to say. This is the locomotive. It's a Broadway Limited. Or Broadway Limited Imports, if you want to be correctly there. I told y'all about the GP60. I set up some fencing on the other side of the layout. Hopefully I'll be able to see it in the next video that I come out with. Just because I don't really want to go over there because my phone is charging and if I unplug it, it dies. So, to that, good night. Y'all be safe and please check in for my next video. Thanks.